Hi guys, it's Alec here. I want to give you guys a quick tutorial how to load templates inside of your MyCustomers app, which obviously integrates into any Pastel partner or Sage 50 cloud database. And templates really help you to speed up processing and also formalize structure to any customer document. So what I'm going to do is I actually have an example here of what I want to quote here in a business where we sell gym equipment. So this is a specific piece of home gym equipment, which is called a single column system, where there are components that are loaded in this company's database. So I'll quickly take you through it. You'll see at the back that's called a column. That's a component or an item that has been loaded in this Pastel database. This unit over here is called a single column pull-up bar. That is also an item. Then there's this crunch bar. That's item number 3. That is called a accessory holder. Item number 4. There are 2 resistance bands here. One is red, one is black. And then there's this plus bar XL with a secured bracket. All right, so in total, those are all components, one, two, or let me rather say items within a Pastel database. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items. All right, so one way that we can quickly quote that is we actually can come into MyCustomers. We'll say the salesman, it's me. Let's just quickly do a quote here. And we can either load customers that are actually already set out in our database, which is all in this Pastel database under edit customer accounts. It's giving me access to all these accounts that are here. Or I can actually go and load a new customer by adding this plus button. It brings up this user form, and you can then fill out the new entity details here, which creates a master file, and then you can import that master file. So I'll quickly do that as well. I'll just say, let's just call this MR ABC. So it's Mr. ABC De Beer. All right, and this is the same. I'm just going to copy that across, and we just say this telephone number. Okay, cell phone number. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's just say abc at def.co.za for an email. Okay, and let's just say he lives in Street 1 in Suburb 2 in Town 3. Code is 1111. Right. Okay, now we add this. Okay, that creates this customer and that code now. But obviously that doesn't exist in Pastel, so I'm going to show you quickly how to do that before we import it. But let's just start off. What do we want to quote here? So this customer reference is the same as your reference that is under customer documents within this quotation that you've got over here. Okay, so you obviously would be some kind of a generic descriptions. Just say, one column wall fit system, so like something like that. Okay, so let's just say it's today's date. It defaults to, but let's make this valid for 60 days. Okay, that automatically updates that expiry date. Expiry date sets that date, which is over here, the expiry date field. Now let's go for the next one. Okay, so this is the header page, and now we're going to the details block. Okay, which is the same as this block over here. That's details, history detail or history lines, and that's history headers. Okay, now we're going to quickly load it. So firstly, we've got access to all of our items over here. I'm just going to say bring up a column. Maybe just correctly spell it. There we go, column. Okay, then it's a single column pull-up bar. A crunch bar, right? Then a plus bar XL, extended length, right? And then it's a security bracket, accessory holder, and then it's a resistance band. It's a 13, and then the last one is a resistance, a 22. Right. Okay. So I've got this, and then I say, okay, you know what? Everything must be, 15 tags. So Control Enter would just enter whatever I've typed in the first cell I've highlighted. It would just enter into all this into the selected cells. And now I say, well, that's the price. Actually, not excluding VAT, but including VAT, for instance. That takes it to including VAT. All right, now I've got that pricing. All right, so now this can be great. I can now issue it. But before I do that, I actually want to create a template here. So you'll see this is templates. I'll open this one. I put in the password. All right. And it brings me to my preferences of this environment. Okay. So once I am in here, I'm basically going to see it is mirroring at the top here, item description, quantity, unit price, discount, tax, which is the same as the layout over here. You'll see that's exactly the same layout. So here I've got a item description, quantity, unit, etc. So I'm just going to take this whole environment, Control C, and I'm going to go to this, and I'm going to paste it over here. Okay. Then I'm just going to give this a name. Now remember, it's all the lines that relate to the lines I've just loaded. So let's just put that in as something like one column wall fit system, W. There we go. So I've created this. I save it. Once I've saved it, I go back here and I can load anything I've basically just created, all the templates. These are all the templates that are loaded. And once I go and I search for it now, one column WF actually pops up there. And you'll see once I click here and I just click that template, I'm going to have a replica of what just happened there over here. Let me show you that again. Click it again, and it's creating it automatically. So that immediately is now populating whatever I've done here, but it's with one click of a button instead of having to search, etc. So that's great for standard products and sets of products or kits, etc., that you've done, and you just wanted to quickly land. And what now happens from here? So let me just remove those second two batches of items. So once I've processed that, this will clear because I pressed the process and clear button, and it has created a PDF document for me. And that PDF document looks like this. It ultimately has all my information that I've just captured there, all this addresses there, all the company details that are actually within the setup environment of my Pastel. And it's got this nice layout. It's got the dates, and this is a uniquely generated quote number that is now issued out of MyCustomers, everything in there. And this has also taken the company info from the setup environment under company parameters, which then reflects the bank accounts that's been captured there. Now I'm going to take this. It's not only created the PDF because this goes to customer. It's also created inside of your Dropbox folder, your MyBI Dropbox folder. It's created a text file that you can import. So let's go and do this. Okay, so let's import this then through the batch import function. But once we import that, you're actually going to see what's going to happen. And you'll remember that from what we did initially. So I'm going to go into this environment, MyCustomers, and quotations. And you'll see there is that one we just created. It's called Mr. ABC de Beer. Okay, once we import this, it's actually going to give you the message saying a customer doesn't exist because we create a new customer. So what do? Basically, just go quickly to File, Import, Export, import a customer account, and then we go to the master file environment. You'll see it's also created a little master file here for us. Open, do not map fields, just go for it. One customer imported successfully. That has now happened over here. It's brought it in. We can just go and see that. Mr. ABC. There we go. That's everything I just captured already there for me. Okay, so now I can go import this in the normal batch import functionality. Let's go and search it. Okay, And then once we've actually imported that, we just drag that into files imported into Pastel quote. And there is the quote now, and now it'll take it. One has been imported, and let's just go and really see what it looks like right to the bottom. There we go. And there it is, exactly how we actually created it in MyCustomers. Okay, so that templates is just great because it's got structure, and also it enables your team just to make sure that they can quote fast or create documents very fast without having the need that kind of burden of replicating over and over the same items. Okay, guys, I hope that's been helpful. Have a great day. Bye bye.